Hello guys, welcome to a new Get Rekt gaming news video, and I have, as always, some spicy news for you guys today. Again, I said it in my last video, there hasn't been a lot of news these past days, and I was thinking basically to skip today. It was Sunday, and there isn't really any news on Sunday, but some news came out yesterday, so I thought let's take that. Put it in today's video. I have an update towards the Iron Man game that I was talking about yesterday. CD Projekt Red has their 20th anniversary, and there might be some surprises for that as well. And I have big news on Eidos Montreal and Deus Ex. So sit back, relax, enjoy this video, take a beverage. I'm saying it in the wrong order, but who cares? Enjoy this video. Today we're going to talk about Eidos Montreal and their little franchise called Deus Ex, because there has been some rumors in the rumor mill that I want to talk about, and Deus Ex has been pretty much dead for some time now. The last game was Mankind Divided, which I really liked. It was my first Deus Ex game. Apparently it's the worst one in the franchise or something, but that was my first one, so I got to go back and play some other Deus Ex games because I'm a pretty big fan of Cyberpunk, the genre, shall I say. There are some rumors from different sources about a new Deus Ex. The first one is from Jeff Grubb, and he had his podcast and he talked a bit about the return of Deus Ex. I will play this clip for you guys here.
That is Eidos Montreal was the Deus Ex studio.
Right. They want to get right back into that, and they're like, want to challenge, like they want to do what Cyberpunk 2077 couldn't and stuff like that. That's the word going around. I mean, whatever. We'll see if that happens. It's so early. Who knows like what that'll turn into. But that was probably not even, there was no possibility for that conversation to even begin under the current Square Enix, right?
So what he talks about is basically that Deus Ex will be returning, and they want to do more than what Cyberpunk 2077 couldn't. I find that a pretty weird statement, because Cyberpunk 2077 is a different kind of game. They are both RPGs, of course, but one is open world with driving mechanics and side quests everywhere. Of course, Deus Ex also has side quests, but not at the scale of any means Cyberpunk is 2077. And Deus Ex is more a immersive sim kind of game with stealth options, and you can get to your target in multiple ways with big level design. And so if they are talking, if the devs are thinking about making it open world, I don't see how that's going to work out for a game like Deus Ex. The strength of Deus Ex is the fact that it's linear, and that you can get, like Dishonored for instance, get to your targets in different ways. Maybe you can hack a door if you have the right skills, or you can go through a vent if you have the strength to pull out the vent cover. Like that, and there are multiple ways to get to your target. So I say that's what Deus Ex is about, with its skill tree, some RPG mechanics and stuff like that. So if they want to go open world, and I don't know if that's a good idea. It could work out, of course, but we shall see. So that's what Jeff Grubb basically mentioned. And there is also Jason Schreier who chimed in, and of course Jason Schreier has a lot of credibility in the industry. If he says something, it's most of the time true. And he said something about Deus Ex as well. Keep your expectations in check. The game furthest in development at Eidos Montreal right now is a new IP. If they release a new Deus Ex, it won't be for a very, very long time. Of course, that makes sense, especially if there's a new IP as well. I'm pretty interested in what this new IP could be. We don't really have any information as of, like, I don't have any information, and maybe there is already on the internet what it could be. But at least we have a sign that the Deus Ex franchise isn't dead. That was one of my main concerns. And under Square Enix, now that they are not part of Square Enix anymore, they are part of the Embracer Group. They can negotiate for a Deus Ex game. Are they going to get the funding though from Embracer Group? I'm still skeptical on all that. We shall see. We have seen how popular the Cyberpunk genre can be. Look at Cyberpunk 2077. How much hype it created. Of course, also off the back of The Witcher 3. But there is a big lack of Cyberpunk genre games, especially big ones. Mostly in the indie stuff, I'm seeing Cyberpunk stuff. But we should need to see more Cyberpunk games, especially in the AAA space. It's such a cool setting, and I hope the Deus Ex devs can make their new Deus Ex one day. But it looks like the Deus Ex franchise, for now, they want to do something with it. But it's going to be very long time before we see anything substantial. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about as a quick update, Nick. I feature him multiple times here on the channel as a insider-ish. By the way, keep in mind, this is all speculation and these are rumors. They could be false. This is not official news, of course. I always say that and take it all with a grain of salt. But we have now another insider basically confirming with Jeff Grubb and Tom Henderson about the Iron Man game. I have a small clip of Nick's podcast, Xbox Era. I will play it here as well.
Jeff said there's another EA game, and then Tom Henderson on Twitter kind of made it known that he had heard Iron Man. Yes, Iron Man is the game that I had heard. So before I mentioned Iron Man, I showed Jeff Grubb. You can ask Jeff, tag him on Twitter for free. I showed him my DM that said EA was working on Iron Man. Tom Henderson heard the same. He just wasn't sure. And part of the reason I never mentioned Iron Man was because it's super early. Like, so early, in fact, that there's a chance it still doesn't happen. That's how early this is. It's like ridiculously early. So
he knew about this game apparently already for a long time. He didn't know about the Black Panther game, which is interesting. So now we have another insider that confirms this Iron Man game, but it apparently is in very early development, as in it might not even happen, like the planning stages basically. We don't know if Black Panther is further along. That could be the case. Yeah, Anthem is such a good blueprint for an Iron Man game. I said it in my last video. You have the flying mechanics are there. With next gen you can do a lot more when it comes to rendering, like in a city. Take the Unreal 5 demo, the Matrix demo, and take the Anthem flying mechanics and you can make an Iron Man game out of that. We shall see how this develops. If I hear anything more on this Iron Man game and the Black Panther game as well, I will, of course, and Spider-Man, everything like Marvel, big Marvel, I will make a video on it. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is CG Projekt Red. They basically had their 20th anniversary, or that's now basically going on. It's the 20th anniversary of their company, shall I say. And so far I've been pretty disappointed in it, to be honest, because I was expecting like maybe some game announcements. And they did some live streams, but nothing really came of it. Now, maybe that will still happen, because there is someone who tweeted something interesting. I don't know this guy, by the way, but apparently he is a Twitch partner from what I've seen. He's called Flake. He's a Twitch partner, caster and writer. So he went basically to the CG Projekt Red anniversary event, basically. I think it was an in real life event. And he says on Twitter, the CG Projekt Red 20th anniversary party was a banger. So okay, it was a party apparently. And yeah, we saw some shit. No, we can't tell you. That is an interesting tweet. That's very interesting. What could they have seen? I was looking around on Twitter if there's someone else to have a confirmation that indeed something was shown, but I can't really find anyone else so far that I've been researching for this video. I wouldn't be surprised if they did this behind closed doors thing again, and they showed first stuff to attendees for this party, and then they will show the public later. They have a history of doing these behind closed doors like showings. I don't know why. It's stupid. What could they have seen? We still need to get that Witcher 3 PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series version, this next gen version of Witcher 3, and it has been delayed multiple times. It was because of the war in Ukraine, and I think the developer was Ukraine or something, so they had problems and they had to bring the Witcher 3 next gen development in-house, from what I've heard. So they could have maybe seen that, but maybe also this Cyberpunk expansion that we still need to see. There's also this in-game ARG that's still going on with a statue apparently, and it has some code on it, and they are still doing this ARG. Cyberpunk has been known to do these ARGs in real life, also before the game came out, but that they're still doing them even though the game is released, that's pretty interesting. So maybe this ARG could lead to the DLC announcements, because we know they have the DLC, shall I say, marketing already planned out. We've seen that from investors' calls. So we are going to see Cyberpunk's expansion pretty soon, and I don't think it won't be released this year. It will probably be for next year, so don't expect that. Witcher 3's upgrade, I'm still also skeptical on that it will make this year, but we shall see. Maybe it can be for like the fall somewhere. They were targeting this year. What about Witcher 4? I made a video on Witcher 4's announcement like a long time ago. I don't expect it here. Maybe some like art or something that they could show. This is what we envision for the next Witcher or something, but don't expect much. I don't think they will show anything for Witcher 4. So that's all I got for today's video. Also, apparently, wait, before I close this video or stop this video, there has also been a Last of Us Part 1 cutscene has been leaked. Apparently, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm not going to show it on screen because it might be I might get a copyright strike or something, so I'm not going to like show it to you guys. I've seen it. It's basically a cutscene. If you know, I can't also spoil it, but it's a major death scene. I will just keep it at that. If you've played the first one, you know. So if you want to see it, just search it up. But that's just all that I want to talk about for today's video. Are you guys hyped for the Iron Man game? Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of a Deus Ex? Are you excited for a new one? I am, because I'm a big Cyberpunk fan. Let me know as well. What do you guys think will happen with the CG Projekt Red 20th anniversary? Are we going to see the Cyberpunk expansion and the Witcher 3 upgrade, or like next gen version? I know this video has been like pretty like bare bones, and there hasn't been a lot of news, not a lot of big stuff to talk about. I hope next week gets better, because it's not good for my channel, of course, because I need growth with big stuff. And you know, Todd also wants to see big stuff. You guys want to see big stuff, me too. So I hope next week is a bit better on news. It's been pretty dry this whole week. Well, but anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe, all that stuff. That would be amazing. Visit my social media. That would be amazing. And we'll see you guys in the next Get Rekt Gaming news video. Bye-bye.